Now, in 2018, around the time that the church first had the initial NAACP meeting with the first presidency, there was the parody apology. And we understand, and both Darren and I were, I was the one that wrote it, and, we were on some podcasts around the time that it was released, and a lot of people were very hurt by it. But I think there were some things that the church itself might have learned from that experience. And it was a little bit surprising, and I think the church should have found it surprising, and that is that when people first read it and they thought that it was real, there was not people throwing up their arms and saying the church is in apostasy, the church is not true, the prophet is false. What there was people in that brief moment before they saw that it wasn't real, saying, wait a second, this is the prophet actually standing up and doing the Christian thing. This is the prophet I would be proud to follow, who is, despite all of the difficulties, doing the right thing and letting the consequence follow. And if you read the statement of the original apology, it includes something called the Scriptural Review Committee that was going to consult with sociologists, with people inside and outside of the church to cover, the blind spots that we all have, and go and dig through manuals, dig through everything, including scripture, and make necessary corrections or redactions so that we can live up to what you just talked about, which is that the scriptures themselves and God through revelation have said that men will make errors, and then try to root those things out. In that moment in 2018, what was your take on that apology and the aftermath, and the fact that in this brief moment when people thought it was real, it actually increased their faith and their commitment to God and the church and even the prophet?
So a few things. Number one, when I read it, I knew it wasn't real because I've been working with them for so many years. I knew they wouldn't come that clean. Number two is, yes, that's exactly what happens when you admit and you confess, and people will get better. It won't destroy the church. It's going to cause some to take off, but the fact of the matter is, what's going to be left are those people who are so much stronger, who can build a stronger infrastructure for you. And third, it actually gave a blueprint for the church. Darren was saying earlier about, maybe we're giving them too much credit, and and maybe the thought that they don't know how to go about it. And so they were given a blueprint, and still they've done nothing with it. Every opportunity has been there for them to do something on this issue, and they still have only done the slightest minimum to get them past the current crisis, and then they go silent again. And so, again, that's just part of the reasons I'm 100% convinced they do not want to fix the problem, and they're not going to take the action to fix the problem.